everybody, it's Sam here. Thank you for watching today. So I'm going to show you how to make this very cute little gingerbread pop-up house using the new kit. It's a really fun style. Hopefully you'll pick up lots of inspiration. You don't have to colour it as heavy as I have here. You can use pattern paper, you can use coloured paper. It's entirely up to you. Now this can be used as a little gift box, a little gift bag. You can cut the windows into it and then pop a little battery operated tea light. You can have it as a tree decoration. There's quite a few ways to use this lovely little gingerbread house or new home card as well. It doesn't have to be a gingerbread house. You can decorate it. It could be a little shed as well, which looks really cute. So let me show you how to make it. So first of all, you need to draw around your stencil. So it depends on the kind of style that you want to do. So if you want to make a completely closed gift box, so you want the base, then you'll need to draw around this piece here. So this one with the two slots either end, that's your base. Now I'm going to turn this into a pop-up card, so I don't need that one today. Instead, you want to make sure you draw around this one here, which is the roof. Okay, if you've got any little stickers, maybe you can pop a sticker on them so you know which is for which piece. So just roof on that one. These are the sides. Okay, and you want to do two of them, and you literally just draw around. It's really easy to do, like so. Don't worry how it kind of looks, because you're going to trim away most of the pencil marks. And then these here are your score lines, so just lightly just mark those out. Okay, don't worry too much how they look, because again you can rub all of that out. And then you want to draw around two of these, which are the main sides. So I guess this is like the front and the back. So I've got two of those, one of the roof and two of the ones with the point. Next, you want to get those cut out, and you want to go over your score lines there as well. Okay, so I've cut them all out, I've rubbed out the pencil marks, and you just want to go and pop the score lines in. So I have rubbed them out, but it's easy to know that this is a tab here. So you just line up where you've cut that little point there. If you want to keep the pencil marks where you left them, then score over them, you can. It just makes them a bit harder to rub out. And then just pop that one in there. And because it's going to pop up, we need the middle score line as well. If it was a solid box, then you wouldn't need to add this one. But I'm just popping the point there in a track. Start that off and then score, so you know you've got that right in the middle. Again with this one here as well, like so. So I've just done that with all of them. These ones here, again, just line it up and go over. Okay, so next you want to lay your pieces like this. Don't worry about the roof for the moment, and you want to decide whether you want to cut your door and your windows into the cardstock, or in my case I'm going to cut them separately and stick them on top, just because I'm making this as a pop-up card. If you're doing like a tea light holder, tree decoration, or a gift box, it might be quite nice to have some of these elements actually opening. So on the door here, it only has a cut line around this side to there. There's no cut line here, so the door will actually open. If you cut both of them together, it will give you a little frame. Same with the windows here, so they will cut right through. So if you've got a little tea light inside, make sure it's a battery operated one, and then you can cut those two together, and then that'll be able to frame the window. But I'm just thinking now, I think I'm going to have a door in the middle of this one here. I'm going to have a window either side, and then I'm going to have three windows on this one. These two pieces I'm going to leave as they are, and I'm going to stamp over them and colour everything in. And then we'll do the roof later on. So first of all, I'm going to go and decide on the colours that I want to get these stamped, and I'm just going to place it all down. I'm not going to stick it yet. Stamp all the stamps all around it, and then I'll be able to colour everything in and stick these down last. So those are just all placed now where I think I need them, and next I can start stamping and turning it into the gingerbread house. So I'm going to start off with the large sweet one here, and I think I'm going to have a sweet above each of the windows, and you can stick these right down if you're not colouring it like I'm going to be. I'm going to colour all this in, but if you're using craft card, you might be heat embossing this, you might be using pattern paper. It's entirely up to you. So I'm going to stamp one there and one there. And then I think I'm going to do one above each of these as well. So just get that all placed. Now I'd quite like the lights to run along as well, so I'm just going to pop those on, and let's do, might have them about there. There we go. And again, just there. Yeah, and then I can always continue them if I want to add a little bit more there, but I think that looks okay. Now we've got the little gummy bears here, so I think it'd be quite nice to maybe have these all along the bottom of the side pieces. Just squeeze them in there. I'll do it better on this one. What I would suggest is do the one in the middle first, and then either side. And then I'm going to use the candy cane here, so let's do one there and one there, and again here and here, and then I think I'll have little bows above them. Doesn't matter how you do this, just have some fun with it. If I move those up a little bit, I can have bows below all the windows. Okay, so I think something like that. I've done the sides slightly different just because I think these were slightly lower, so I couldn't fit the 3 lollipops together like I've done there, but I've just done them at the top on that one and then different on that one there. But I think that looks really good, so I can take these away now and I'm going to get this all coloured in. Okay, so I have gone ahead and stamped, coloured, and I've gone over all of the sweets using my accent glaze, so this here. And then I've started to decorate the roof, but I'm going to talk about that in more detail in a moment because there's 2 ways to do it. What you want to do next is we need to stick these together. So how I showed you before, so I've got my door there. I also changed the doors to white. They just popped better against the brown once I'd coloured it. But we're going to stick that one behind there, and then we're going to have this one behind here, and then this one. And I've just gone and burnished all of the folds there, but not the ones through the middle just yet. I'll do those in a moment. But you want to stick it all together so you have something like that. Okay, so now we've got that one long piece. Next, turn it over and you want to fold in these 2 sides and stick that last one down. So you're starting to form your house or your box, depending on what you're making. Okay, so make sure the box folds completely flat. If you've got anything overhanging, I've got a little bit just there, then you can just trim that away. Okay, so I've got this now, so you want to fold these pieces under and these tabs in as well. Now if you want to attach the base, then you just draw around that other piece and you'll have the tabs to fit under here on these sides, and then you just attach the bottom. So that will just seal off the base for you. I want to attach it to this piece here. So this is 15 by 15. Now I want to decorate this before I stick it on, because it's just going to be easier to do so. So you want to make sure that the folds, these pieces can fold in now as well, these side folds, they're going to fold in, and you'll see the whole thing will fold flat. So if you just line up those folds with the score line, okay, and then it's up to you if you have the house in the middle. You might actually want to have it slightly off to one side, but I'm going to have mine in the middle. So I'm just lining up the score lines just roughly, and I'm putting a little pencil mark either side of where the door is. So just there. I want to create now a little path, and I want to stamp my gingerbread as well. So, you know, this might be pattern paper. Everybody's going to be doing something a bit different, but I thought it would be nice to use I'm going to use the candy cane one, and I'm just going to stamp them either side and start to create a little sweetie path. It's only going to be a small one. Like so. And again, I can just place the house there so I can see that's all going to sit quite nicely. And then I want to use all the gingerbread here. So we've got mum and dad, and we've got brother and sister as well. So I think I'm actually going to stamp these all separately and have them, you know, like mum and her son and dad with the daughter, and have them stood outside, because the sentiment I want to use is from our home to yours, and I'm going to have season's greetings, and I'm going to have that probably on the roof. So I'm going to get these stamped and coloured next. So I've coloured the candy cane in there, so they're going to sit perfectly. If I just lift this up so it looks like a little path into the gingerbread house, I have stamped and coloured my little family there. And then for the roof, so this is the one that I drew around, and then I've just gone over the score line through the middle there, and I cut myself two pieces just slightly smaller on each side. So if you want to add pattern paper, I thought I'd show you two examples. This is 4.5 centimeters by 9.5 centimeters, so I've got two of those. I use the striped paper, and you can see when you attach that one, it looks quite sweet. But I thought I would show you how you can create some icing. So I've used the Nuvo drop here, and this is the Simply White. I didn't go over the score line, I just popped a straight line either side. Give it time to dry. It doesn't take too long, but then you get more of a gingerbread kind of look. And don't worry if it's all a little bit messy. I think that was my first side, so it's not as good as this side here, but that kind of adds to it, so it gives it more of a realistic look. We want to attach the roof onto here. If you want it to be a gift box, and you just stick it to one side so you can open it up and then see inside, obviously you would have put the base on, and you're just going to run your glue along this tab here, and then you want to rest this one on top of the points there. Make sure you've got the same amount overhanging each side, as close as you can get it, and then just put your hand up inside, and I'm just pushing against that tab there. Okay, and then just run your glue along the other tab and just close that one over like so. And what you can also do to make sure it's all going to fold flat, so if you fold in the sides now, you can fold it down that way. Okay, so that's how it will be when it's flat inside the card. So what we can do now is run your glue along the bottom tab, and you want to open it up, fold that one under, and sit it where if you've stamped a path, and make sure that the score lines for this part line up with the score lines there, and then you can just tilt it forward and get your hand under there or a ruler and just straighten that out. Just apply some pressure there. Okay, and then similar to how you just put the roof on, just fold it all flat, add your glue onto the other tab, and then just fold that over, and just give that a minute to dry. I'm next going to decorate these panels here, so you just want to cut yourself 2 pieces either exactly the same size, so that would be 7.5 by 15, or if you want to bring them down a little bit, I'm going to do mine the whole piece just to cover the alcohol marker there that's bled through, but otherwise I do 7 by 14.5, and do that on the front, and then do a plain piece on the back, or leave it as it is, and that's your space to write your message. I'm also going to add my gingerbread people here, so I'm going to attach those to the side of the house, and I'm going to stamp the sentiment, which is from our home to yours. And there's the finished card. So I ended up adding another sentiment on the top, so it's read season's greetings from our home to yours, and then I've gone ahead and just stamped all around the edge there and coloured in more of the sweets. I've added accent glaze over the tops there, and you can see the gingerbread family there as well. I think it looks wonderful. That is still slightly drying, so I don't want to close it, but if I just flip it over, you can see on the back here I've got that paper, so when it is closed it reads season's greetings, and you've got the paper there, so that will all go into your 6x6 envelope. So I hope that's given you some inspiration on how to put this together. Like I said at the beginning, it can be a gift box, it can be a little kind of tea light holder or a tree decoration. Put a little handle on it and you've got a cute little gift bag as well, or the pop-up card like I've showed today. So thank you as always for watching, and I hope you enjoy using this kit. Bye.